immediately after we were married, which was in 1977. However, I had been involved in Christchurch on the fringes for several years before, so I knew a lot of the people there.
We came to Christchurch in 1987, about March, if I could remember correctly. And we moved to the area in 1987, and we've asked for Anglican churches around the area. Christchurch was one of the ones given, and it was the only one we visited. We went in there and we were treated properly, we were welcome, so we stayed.
First came to Christchurch in 1970, and we wanted something a bit more relaxed and for children. So we went to found Christchurch, and it's been our home ever since.
So I first started attending Christchurch on a regular basis in January 1982.
My mother brought me there to be christened, and she brought me there because my father didn't go to the Catholic church that he was born up in, and she thought it was much more important that she did go to church, and she wanted me to go there.
And the things that drew me were everybody was very friendly, and there was a good children's work going on, and I found that Peter Cottingham and Joy were really good, helpful, loving pastors. There was really excellent Bible teaching.
But I was drawn here because I have a family history of involvement with this church, which goes right back to the 1940s, when my mother and her brother, my uncle, and my aunt were members of the youth circle here. That still had regular reunions until 10 to 15 years ago. My parents were married here under George Baker in June 1951, and then I was baptised here by Bill Person in June 1960, and I met my wife Hilary here. We were married here on 2nd of June 1990 by Michael McGowan, and I've been coming ever since.
He was the loveliest man you could wish to meet. He loved everybody. He was very keen that we should all know Jesus, and he helped us as children, he helped us as teenagers, and it was as a beginning of my, I don't know, I can't remember exactly, 10 to 12 years old, that through his mentoring and his wife's mentoring, that I actually asked Jesus into my life, and he's never left me since.
They were different, and they all brought different gifts to the church, and they all had their sort of special gifts. Peter was lovely, he was musical, and because he played the cello in the church orchestra, I gave him some cello lessons, so I got to know him quite well from that point of view.
The vicars I experienced were mainly Peter Cottingham. Peter and Joy Cottingham were very good friends. Ruth used to go and visit Peter Cottingham's mother, who lived in a block of flats at the end of Alston Road.
Then there was Michael. Michael was very good. I think Michael was particularly good with people that were ill, and he went and talked to people who were dying, and I've heard that he was absolutely wonderful. And who was the next one? Nigel, yes, fantastic Bible student, following after his dad, John Taylor.
Well, I could say from McGowan, because we met McGowan there. He came to pray for us in the house when we had our 10th, is it 40th?
No, it was a 10th year, and it was McGowan that came.
Yeah.
We didn't have much money to celebrate our 10th wedding anniversary.
10th wedding anniversary,
yes.
Yeah.
But we bought a ring, an eternity ring between us.
No, I bought a ring for you.
Oh,
That's good, that's good.
We were thinking, we just didn't want a ring, we wanted blessings. And we invited Michael McGowan around, and he said, yes, I'll come. He stayed with us, chatted with us, played with us for a long time, and he prayed with us and blessed the ring. And that was very nice. We were on Dolly's Valley Estate at the time, and Michael McGowan's sister-in-law lives there as well. So it was able to connect both families together, and we remained friends until Jenny passed away.
Yeah.
And Jenny was very good to us as well. Mary was amazing. And Maga, they didn't say much, but they're always smiling, they're always welcoming, and they are very, very prayerful. We weren't active members because we worked, but they didn't take that into consideration. They always meet us where we were, really, which is really, really nice. Yeah.
And one thing about Nigel is that I think we were surprised when he was calling our names. When he first just mentioned, he called the names, he called like the children's name as well. So we're wondering, how did he get all those names correctly? And well, I think what he did was that he asked for the names before coming to,
and he practiced
it very well. So
pronunciation was fantastic, and the relationship was just amazing.
Yeah.
Michael, he accepted people exactly as they were, and if they weren't Christians, he would endeavour to bring them that way. He would just gently guide them in the right direction, He was a very good preacher, and his, was it Anne? I think it was Anne, wasn't it? I can't remember her
Mary,
name.
his wife.
Mary, that's it, Mary McGowan, yes. She was a lovely lady, and very strong views.
3 of his children all got ordained. Do you know that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
What do I remember about Michael? When he was a workaholic, I think he found it difficult to delegate, but he had a great heart for mission. He was pastoral and a good preacher. We built up strong mission links with South America in his time. I became a member of the Mission Society in his time. Then Nigel Taylor came and had, I think it was 19 years here, so an amazing time. He was a great teacher and theologian. Everybody remembers him for his bird watching, but he had a real heart to make this church intergenerational, and we started those building blocks then. We always celebrated with food. In his time, there were many catering events. We had a big catering team. Every occasion we celebrated with a meal, really. So yes, then he went, and now we've had Andy for, I think it's 8 years, is that right? And very, very different. People have asked me, who was your favourite vicar? And that's not a question that I feel I can answer, because they all bring different attributes, and they're all very different, and they're all men of God, and they're all doing a great job. Andy maybe came in like a new broom, but he's mellowed over the years, and he's a great man of faith, very gentle, very caring, and we wouldn't be without him. Gosh, there's been so many, really. The growth in the children's and youth work, and they are the church of tomorrow, so I think it is so important that we can uphold that. But I think we are still intergenerational, across the board ministry. I'm myself involved in seniors ministry and pastoral care. Yeah, we've had numerous Alpha courses, seen many come to faith.
But there was a sense of family, of belonging, of listening and hearing and welcoming. And of course, now I'm a member of Thursday Fellowship, which is, as you grow older, you find new things to do.
We were running an Alpha course from home, and all of a sudden Shola went to university. He was very, very ill. He was there for about 1 month, and he became very, very unwell, and he was admitted into hospital, critical care unit for a long time. We didn't know what to do, but because we were holding our faculties in the house, we had to ring them to say we couldn't be there. So we told them what was happening, and they gathered everybody praying for us. And whilst we were in the hospital, we could actually feel their prayer moving. Also, I think Nigel contacted another vicar around the area who went to see Shola. So we have been blessed by their relationship, really. It was a prayer point that actually moved us, because we knew they were praying, because we couldn't pray much. We were so tired. We could not pray much. We only was managing prayers. But because they were, filling the gap for us, we felt that God was present with us, and that helped Shola's healing quicker.
And it may be one of those things that prompted Shola to go
to actually become a Christian.
Well, he was, yeah. Maybe that's what prompted him to
actually follow on.
I was going to work one day, and all I could hear in my head was, "Go to Bill," not Bill, my uncle Bill. "Go to Bill, go to Bill." And I was on the very busiest road there is, and so I managed to turn off and find his house. When I got flat, and I got there, I couldn't get in. The next door neighbour said, "I've got a key," so she let me in, and he was collapsed on the floor.
Wow.
And he would have died, apparently, if he'd been left.
Amazing.
But that was, I'd say, one of the weirdest and most wonderful prompts I've ever had, because it was in my head and it was so loud I couldn't. Well, he's always been there.
Thursday Fellowship, which started off as Women's Fellowship, but it's now grown and it's changed to Thursday Fellowship. We have a few men as well, which is good. And just the growing numbers and seeing friendships develop and seeing people turning to Jesus, or definitely being more open to hearing about Jesus, which we have a little, what I call religious spot in every meeting. But we don't force it. It's mainly about friendship and showing Jesus love. So I think that's special for me in particular. It's been a great joy to lead.
Angela and Kate are going to beat the bound for us. Off you go. All right, thank you very much. I've now gone into the post office to beat the bounds on the wall. And they don't seem to be expecting us.